The Venlo had called them predators. The Colchians called them abnormalities. Even the ancient fossils, smug in their archives, could not explain how a prey-shaped species with forward-facing eyes had survived long enough to crawl into the stars. Humanity was an anomaly that shattered every neat, carefully arranged piece of galactic wisdom. For the galaxy, it was simple. If you hunted, you were a predator. If you fled, you were prey. The binary was eternal, immutable. It had governed interstellar civilizations for millennia, a law as ironclad as gravity. And then came humans. When the Venlo made first contact, they saw the forward-facing eyes, the teeth, the muscle. It was obvious. They thought, predators, carnivores, killers. They trembled but submitted, assuming they would be farmed or devoured. That was how nature worked. But then the predators smiled. They did not lunge, or bite, or hiss. They offered handshakes, open palms, food. They wore bright colors and sang strange, rhythmic noises they called songs. The Vendelay ran at first, but curiosity has its own gravity, and they returned to watch. That was when they saw the predators bend low to comfort Venlel children. They saw humans tilt their heads in sympathy, murmur soft words, share food freely. Predators weren't supposed to do that. On the Gudjid front, the story was different. The Gudjid were warriors, proud and territorial. They feared predators, but they respected strength. When humans fought beside them, the Gudjid saw their savagery firsthand. The relentless charges, the screams of defiance, the refusal to abandon a fight even when outnumbered. Yes, the Gudjid thought, these are predators indeed. But then the battle ended, and the Gudjid watched in disbelief as humans laid down their weapons and rushed not to plunder but to heal. They carried the wounded Gudjid and human alike back to safety. They wrapped bandages with hands still shaking from battle. They buried their dead with reverence, even the enemy. Predators weren't supposed to weep over their fallen. The Aza, true predators, watched with fascination. They understood hunger, cruelty, dominance. They had ruled by fear for centuries. But humans, they ate plants as well as meat. They laughed with their prey species allies. They adopted predators into their homes, wolves, lions, even venomous reptiles, and loved them. One Aza captain, captured and left starving in a human outpost, expected torment. Instead, a human soldier pushed a plate toward him. Not scraps, not poison, food, real food. The soldier even slid half his own portion onto the Aza's tray. The lizard hissed in confusion. Why feed me? I would eat you if I could. The human only shrugged. Then I'd hope you'd remember this moment. Predators weren't supposed to feed rivals. Across the stars, the story spread. Humans did not kill merely to kill. They killed to protect, to survive, to endure. And when the killing was done, they tamed fire not only to cook flesh, but to forge plows. They sharpened blades not only for war, but for art. Their instincts told them to chase, but their hearts told them to care. Predators were supposed to take, prey was supposed to flee. Humans did both, and neither. They invented categories where the galaxy saw only absolutes. They were the only species to paint pictures of the stars before they ever touched them. They were the only species to keep wolves as friends, to turn predators into partners, to rewrite nature's script. Some alien scholars tried to reason it out. They are predators with strange defects, said the coach. A predator's teeth, but a prey animal's herding instinct. Others whispered darker things. They are an error, muttered the fossil. Nature never meant for them to exist. They are a corruption of the order. But still, humans spread. Their fleets reached farther. Their colonies grew bolder. And more species found themselves caught in their strange gravity. Equal parts terror and admiration. At last, in the Grand Galactic Council chamber, the question was raised openly. Delegates hissed and bleated, shouted and shrieked, until one ancient Colchian elder struck the floor with his staff. Enough, he said. We must name what they are. He looked across the chamber, where the human ambassador sat, calm, watching, smiling faintly, like someone amused by a private joke. Perhaps humans are not predators. Perhaps they are something far more dangerous, a third path. The chamber fell silent. Even the Aza had no rebuttal, because deep down they all knew it was true. For the first time in living memory, the universe trembled not at the fangs of hunters, nor the flight of the hunted, but at the arrival of a creature that could be both, and stranger still,